Since I have a big race coming up, I want to be able to be fast on my bike and staying as comfortable as possible for the 2-hour duration of the bike leg for my triathlon. So I looked up some bike fitters and aerodynamic testers around the area, and there's a guy that charges $800. And I checked my wallet, and I couldn't really afford it. And then I came across this artificial intelligence bike fit company called MyVeloFit. It uses AI to track different angles of your knees, your shoulders, and gives you an in-depth analysis of your bike fit. You can do road bike and triathlon bikes and other bikes. There's the options online. So I decided to give it a try. At first, I purchased the $35 option, which gives me the access for 2 weeks with 5 uploads per day. And then I upgraded to the $75 yearly plan with unlimited uploads per day and much more features. And this might interest you whether you want to go to a bike fitter that costs hundreds of dollars or do it at your own house with your own phone, record it, upload it, and have the AI check your bike fit for you. The last time I had a bike fit was a year and a half ago. Right now, I do my own fitting. I look at YouTube videos, I read articles online, and I combine all these knowledge as well as my previous 4 studio professional bike fit in the past and gather data to do my own fit, make my own adjustments on my bike. So I've had a couple of people examine my bike position on different bikes. I've had experience with the retool system. This is when they put the stickers on your joint to see all your angles when you're cycling and to get the exact measurement of your bike.
So this is optimized position.
Before I go into the test, I say if you're just starting out to bike, you don't really need to spend money on this AI technology or go to a bike fitter that costs like hundreds of dollars. I think there are services under $100 that you can go to, get a general like broad bike fit, just good enough to start riding your bike. And then you can also bring your questions like, how do I lower my seat saddle? What can I do to adjust my handlebar? And all these beginners questions, but I say the first thing is to get it looked at for under $100, get your bike set up, and just go ride outside. For any other testing that costs above $100 and this AI test, I think you have to get a little more advanced with your cycling ability. Okay, my bike is all set up. I'm going to do a 15-minute warm-up just to shake the legs out, warm my body up, get my lower back stretching out, so then I could really put into my race position, my triathlon position I'll be using for the race, and take a 10-20 second video of that, submit it, see what kind of reports they have. And I'm not sure if the results will come out instantly, but then I'll be able to see what kind of changes I have to make, like how far up my saddle, how down or high my aero bar should be. So pretty excited. I'm gonna get dressed and start spinning around. The warm-up is done, 15 minutes. Now it's time to take a 10 to 20 second video of my TT position. I'll be pushing around 275 watts on the bike since that's my race pace effort, and I want to try to see what I can improve in that race pace position. If I had to make a prediction, I think my saddle is too far forward. My hip angle is open, so I'm running a 155mm crank, so I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And the aero bars, extension bars, are too far in, so I'm feeling like I'm crunched up all the time. I might have to extend it out a little bit. So pretty excited to take my first video and go ahead and see what the AI says about my bike fit. That alone took about 20 minutes to move my saddle 10mm down and my handlebar armrest 10mm up. Let's try out this position and take video number 2. I also compared the performance, the comfort, and performance plus comfort, and decided to buy the full-on package, the $75 for the 1-year subscription for unlimited rides and unlimited bike profile, so I can, compare all of those 3 and see which one I really like. It's going to be a lot of riding, taking a video, adjusting. I think adjusting will take the longest time because you're changing your different position with your tools, and then take another video, adjusting again, and you keep repeating that process. After 2 hours, this is my fit I have for today. I did 4 different tests. So the first one was the initial one. Second, I changed the seat height and moved this up. The third one, I changed the seat height as well, again, and moved this up a little bit more. So in total, this went up 20 millimeters for the aero extension. And the fourth one, I moved the seat back to the test number 2. And this armrest, I moved forward. So I was right about me being crunched out. I need to go a little further with my arms, and this is like the max it can go. I don't think this is safe, so I'm gonna probably move it back, but I wanna see what the 4th test does. And the process of these 4 tests took about an hour and a half, almost 2 hours, and I just had a good information for the day with this fit. This week, I do have a tough bike workout on Tuesday, so I'll have a rest day tomorrow. Tuesday, I'm gonna see how well I do with this position and assess from there, and maybe change back anything if something doesn't feel right. After 2 hours and 4 tests later, I think I'm ready to try my new position. It was pretty cool looking at all the angles of my shoulder, my elbow, my knees, and all my position on the bike. Now, I was right that I was a little bit too crunched up, so it had me moving forward more for my aero bar, extension bar, arm pad, but I'm not able to move it further up because I'm at my last resort. 1 screw, 1 hole later, it's not even on the pad. So I gotta figure out a solution for that. But I'm glad I got my seat adjusted and looked at my angles for my leg. And I think that's the #1 thing for the bike fit is the position of your saddle. Like how high, how low is your saddle, and how forward, how back is your saddle moving in the horizontal direction. If you can get that right, I think that solves most of your back pain or whatever pain you're having on the bike, because it is the main movement of the leg cycle of where your saddle placement is. And then after I adjusted my saddle position, it was mainly on the front end where I had to adjust the height of my stack of the aero bar extension, and then how far out is it from the bottom bracket. The reason why I started with the $35 option first is because I wanted to see how far I can take it with this option before moving on to the $75 more advanced one. So it seems like that you can only have one fit, so you have to choose between performance and comfort, and comfort. Those are the 3 levels you have to choose from. Once you upload a video to one particular category, you can't change it. And that's where the $75 option comes in. You can have multiple options. So I had where I uploaded one for my performance, uploaded the same video to the performance and comfort, and then the same video to the comfort. So from the 3 categories, I'm able to see what needs to be adjusted based on if I wanted to go performance, or if I wanted to, let's say, have this as my training bike and be more comfortable so I can ride longer and have more comfortable fit. There's also a reason not to purchase this program. If you have no experience adjusting anything, or you don't have any tools, or just don't know how to adjust things, I'd say you should better go to a bike fit and pay even under that $100, less than $100, so they can adjust it for you. But if you do have the tools, I would say you could get this AI program. With my front end, my aero bar extension, I have all the tools, and that actually came with the kit with all the spacers, so I can heighten my stack of my armrest and move it forward and backward. It is carbon, so I do need a torque wrench to tighten it to a certain torque, because if you tighten the carbon too hard, then it could break. But if you have aluminum materials, you can just tighten it. You don't need a torque wrench, you can just tighten it up as long as it doesn't move around. And you also need a smart trainer to put your bike on, or even a trainer. It doesn't have to be a direct drive, so you can be riding inside to get the video. This gave me tremendous insights on my bike fit, and I've been doing this for a couple years now. And I'm also a professional in the triathlon space, so I really have to dial in my bike fit, make sure everything's aligned and I'm not over exaggerating some positions that causes me to get a hip, knee, or any other injuries while I'm biking. With a good proper bike fit, you can bike a lot and and not get injured, as opposed to like if you're swimming or running. If you're running too many miles, you can pretty much get injured because of the force of the impact of the run. But pretty much for cycling, you can cycle however long you want and be healthy, be in good shape with not as much of a risk as, let's say, if you're running. This video is not sponsored by MyVeloFit. I just came across it on Instagram somewhere. It was pretty cool, a great analysis. I'm hoping that you learned something from my fit, and you just can't look at my body and make adjustment based on this video. Everyone's different, everyone's flexibility is different, so you have to go out and you have to get your own fit because everyone is different. Now the next step for me is to get more aerodynamic. So I want to see how this position matches up with my coefficient of drag, also known as CDA. I do have a tester that I'll be testing before the race and see how aerodynamic I am when I'm pushing, like going like 2 to 3 miles at my race effort, and see my number and try to get that lower. Now the next step for me is to adjust everything, go back and let's say move the seat higher to where I was before this fit, test that position aerodynamically, and let's say move the arm extension bar lower and all of that stuff. So it's going to be a very time consuming job. But again, bike fitting is very time consuming. You test one thing, you adjust it, you test it again, you adjust it, test again, adjust it. So if you want someone to adjust it for you, then I would pay that extra hundreds of dollars to go get a bike fit. If you can do it yourself and have the necessary tools and parts, I would say get this AI fit and it will be good enough. Thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know if you have any questions or comments regarding this fit, and I'll see you guys in the next video.